What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be talking about Bloom Energy stock. So if we take a look at the stock price today, this stock went up 59 and nearly 60% today. And that is because some news came out that they just got the largest order of procurement of fuel cells in the world to date. So it said that AEP placed an order for 100 megawatts of fuel cells with further expansion orders expected in 2025. Okay. So this is a bit of a new type of renewable energy. If we look at their presentation here, we can see that you input natural gas, hydrogen, different things, and you get different types of power and energy. Okay. So it can power all these different things. It can power EV charging stations. It can be used for carbon capture, all this different stuff. Okay. But the point is, it's a innovative new type of renewable energy. And the problem though is that the company financially is not doing great. So first off, their debt to cash ratio is not very good. They got about twice as much debt as cash. And I mean, keep in mind, I don't want to say the company is brand new. The company is 23 years old now. So it's not new, but it still is definitely in its early stages, in the early growth stages, and they need more deals and more business to really get the numbers up there. So their net income has pretty much been negative every single year. And the revenue has been almost, I don't want to say flat, but it's been kind of weak the last couple of years. If you look on an annual basis, technically the revenue is going up. It's averaging, 12, 18% per year. Last year they did 1.3 billion in revenue, and then the last 12 months now we're looking at 1.26. So see, the revenue is pretty much flat, and that's the problem. My thing is, let's say I saw an analyst predict that they're going to do 1.8 billion in revenue next year. Let's say that's the case. Does that mean they reach profitability? Because right here, it looks like we're getting closer. As of last quarter, we're getting closer to profitability. But my question is, even if they start doing anywhere near 1.82 billion dollars of revenue, what does that equate to in profit? And they did say in their presentation too that, pretty much they're going to need, as they scale, profitability will get better. And that normally is how it works, right? It's the same thing with Tesla. This kind of reminds me of Tesla in a way when they were losing money. Typically, with economies of scale, you get higher margins. So that's something to acknowledge. And I think this is a great industry and great space to be in. I think there's definitely is a need for renewable energy. And so there shouldn't be any problem there. The question is it consistent? And what's the other options? What's the competition like? So in the last 5 years, this stock is up 300% now. And the weird thing is Yahoo Finance has them doing 11 cents of EPS this year and then 37 cents in next year. So that's for next year, the stock's trading at 56 times earnings right now, which is pretty high. Especially for the company's only growing revenue 6% this year and then 17% next year. So it's kind of high growth numbers, but I can see where, sometimes these growth stocks, I mean, it's kind of a gamble. It's kind of like you don't know what to predict. You don't know which one's going to make it. And so sometimes they trade at crazy valuations. This year, they might grow revenue at 6%. And in 3 years from now, revenue might be up 50 to 60%. Who knows? It just depends on how fast they can get people to adopt this technology. And it does say in the presentation that it is more like for, eh, let's go to the slide. They can probably explain it better than me. But pretty much, let's see, so their mission is to make clean, reliable energy affordable for everyone. But they pretty much were saying, I read something that was showing how it's just more efficient energy and it's easier to power the grid using this than traditional energy sources. So grid power may take years. Bloom could potentially provide a solution in months. Okay. So there's just different things to consider here. I mean, I'm not totally against it. I'm not going to say I'm bearish. Um, do I want to buy right now? Not exactly. I mean, first off, you definitely want to have a good understanding of this market, this industry, and be aware of what are all the different types of renewable energy out there. There's a lot of companies trying to compete in this space right now. So you do want to know, there's hydrogen things, there's solar, there's all this different stuff. So you want to be knowledgeable about that and see what is the competition like? Is this company better? Are they getting better? Look at their management team. Are they getting better customers? All that stuff. Like what they just got today was really good. This is really good news, right? The largest commercial procurement of fuel cells in the world to date. So if I might be interested in this stock if it were At this point, if I were to invest, not only would I need to be more knowledgeable on this company and the industry and the competition and everything, the management, everything, but I would only put a small amount of money, a very small amount of money that I'd pretty much be willing to lose. If I was going to put more money than that into a more like a real position, this company would have to be at least, it'd probably have to be at least a year or 2 years from now, and they'd have to be way more established. I'd have to see at least, I would like to see, at least 2 years of profits and just some more consistency. That's I'd like to see them get a bigger, like if they partnered with, I don't know, Nvidia or something, or Ford or something like that. If they got a partnership like that, that'd be a different story. And I just like to see some more consistent profits. The more consistency I see in a company and the less risk I see, the more I'm willing to make a bigger position. So that's the way I feel about this. This could be a huge stock that blows up, right? This could be a huge stock with a huge future, and who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. So it's something to keep an eye on. It's an interesting technology, but I just think you really need to be knowledgeable about this topic and the competition around it before you make an investment like this. So that is all today for Stock Talk with Nico Kritikos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.